Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Two guys doing a podcast. Podcast. Ow.
I wanted to talk to you about OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Okay, yeah. What about it?
Okay, so I want to get your opinion on OnlyFans. So, it's essentially women, doing scandalous things for money online. So before I give my opinion on this, I want to be very clear. My opinion is going to be very hypocritical. Very hypocritical. Okay? Very hypocritical. I know that. I'm owning it. It is what it is, and I still have my thoughts and my feelings on it. So the reason why I say it's hypocritical is because, porn. There's porn. There's porn. Right? I watch porn. I support women who want to do that. Well, to an extent. Let me actually take that back. Let me actually take.
You said you support the women.
let me take that. No, I do. No, this is what I want to say. It applies to OnlyFans. If that's what you want to do with your life, by all means, you should be able to do that. I have a daughter. Okay? I would not want that for my daughter. Ever. You understand what I'm saying? Ever. So the reason I want to talk about OnlyFans is because, when OnlyFans first started popping up, I was into shaming women who have an OnlyFans account. You know what I mean? But then, the other side of it is it's pandemic time. You remember when the pandemic first started popping up, people were losing their jobs. They couldn't put food on their plate. OnlyFans, you could work safely from your home and you could provide you can make a very handsome living, right? So, I got that side of it, but at the same time, it's I would tell my daughter, if you ever did something like that, I don't know if I could look at you the same. You know what I mean? But again, that's the hypocrite in me, right? Because on the flip side, hey, I'm a fan of porn, and it's technically the same thing. The only difference is, from my understanding, is women, they have more control on the OnlyFans side, and they're able to make more money. What's her name? Bella Thorne, that chick from the Disney movies. Bro, she made $1 million in one day.
Yeah, I heard about that.
$1 million in one day, bro.
2 million her first week.
So what do you say to? Okay, well, let me get your thoughts on OnlyFans. Go ahead. Are you for it? Do you support women who do it? What are your thoughts?
Listen, I have no problem, man. If a female wants to create her OnlyFans and go about making money in that way, if that's what she's got, and that's what she feels that she needs to do to do it, go ahead and do it, man. Everybody's got to make their money somehow. There's people out there doing worse things to make a buck, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're out there killing anybody. They're not out there hurting anybody. Nobody's being damaged.
Would you want your daughter to start an OnlyFans page?
That's tough. That's tough.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not tough.
I wouldn't want my daughter to.
Okay.
If she started one, would I try to shut it down? If she was living on her own and making her own buck, there's nothing I could do.
So Dre,
she was living, yeah.
You raise this girl from baby to adult, or at least to a legal age, right? Where she can start an OnlyFans page. So you did your best for her. You made sure she goes to school. You made sure she did this, that, and the third to educate herself and make herself, appealing to whatever industry she went to school for. She did that. You paid for that. Now all of a sudden she says, I'm good. I'm just going to get naked on my OnlyFans. You're okay with this?
I'm not okay with it. Obviously, I'm not okay with it. But
right.
At the end of the day, what can I do about it is what I'm saying. I'm not going to barge in and shut the whole thing down unless she's living under my roof. If she's living under my roof, that's different. If she's grown and out of my house and doing her own thing, what am I supposed to do?
Well, at some point, your little girl's going to want to come home. There's Christmas, there's birthdays, there's Thanksgiving, whatever. What happens when she comes into the home? It's like it never happened?
She's not making no home. OnlyFans videos while she's there. That's as long as that's not happening, then there's like you got to think about it, man. There's people out there who have committed crimes, who have murdered people, who have done things. They went to jail. They served their time. Their family accepts them back, and these are people who have done heinous crimes.
Right.
Their family still accepts them as a human being because they understand either they committed the crime because they felt like that's what they needed to do at that point. It might have been an addiction that did it. They might have just did it because of friends. Whatever the reason was that they did it. The fact of the matter is that that's my family. I'm not going to judge you based on something like that. You know what I mean? I know who you are. When you come into this house, as long as you're not that negative person that, in my mind, I feel it's something negative. For other people, I'm not saying it is, but as long as you're not doing that under my roof, then go on about your business, man. And I know it's different. I have kids, so like maybe if I physically had a child, I would feel different. But at this point, that's just how I feel. Like
it's funny that you said when you just described the hypothetical person doing crimes, you created all these scenarios where it's almost like they didn't have a choice. It could have been addiction, it could have been a whatever. Those were the scenarios you created. So basically, you almost put this hypothetical person in a box, like they had to do what they had to do. My example to you was you did everything for your daughter, so she would never have to do any of those things. And all of a sudden, hey, man, I can make millions. So I'll get back to that, okay? So I was watching the Adam 22 podcast, and there was this girl who was on there with Selena Powell, and she told a story about how she was having sex, and this was her birthday weekend. She was having sex in a hotel. Then an NBA team came by, 6 or 7 dudes. She blew all of them, okay?
Right.
All in one night, back to back. And Adam was like, why are you telling this story? Like, you have a job. Aren't you concerned they're going to fire you? She's like, nah, I don't care. Oh, by the way, go follow my OnlyFans. You know what happened? Follow up to that story. She got fired from her job. Her parents, her Mormon parents, disowned her. But guess what? She made $32,000 in one day from her OnlyFans. So you understand what I'm trying to say? There's people out there that are like, fuck my family, fuck this. I really don't care how it makes me look. I'm about this. You understand what I'm saying? Again, this is the hypocrite. This is the hypocrite in me because it's the same thing applies to porn, which I will watch, but I wouldn't want my daughter to do it. I wouldn't want my daughter to start her OnlyFans. So this is the hypocrite in me, but so I'm in a weird place with it. I understand, especially in pandemic time, I understand the need. Like when you gotta eat, and you gotta do what you gotta do. But when things starts to get better and you can now go out and you can get a job or whatever like that, and you have a child, you want your child to see, hey, babe, don't come in the room, mommy's working. Well, mom, why are you playing Jodeci? Mommy's working. Well, mom, why are you playing Genuine Pony? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the example that you're setting for your child? Would you start an OnlyFans if you had to, out of necessity, out of need?
125,000,000%. Yes, I would. Yes.
What the hell? Are you serious?
Absolutely. Man, I work out, bro.
God.
I work out, man. I'm good.
It's not about. Okay, so fine. So now you do your OnlyFans, you make your whatever you make, right? You're situated, you're good now. You continue to do an OnlyFans, or do you try to get out of that lane?
I do the OnlyFans to get where I need to be.
But see, that's the problem, though, Dre. That is the problem, because once you do it to get from A to B, once you get to B and you're good, and now you're trying to live the air quote regular life, you're marked now. People know you have an OnlyFans. You're out there now. Who wants to hire the guy on OnlyFans who was doing whatever he was doing? Nobody wants to hire that person. So their clients walk in. They're like, that guy looks familiar. Bro, there was a Catholic school teacher, right? She's this young little thing, Catholic school teacher. She lost her job because she had an OnlyFans account. Interesting enough, though, because the dean of the school found her OnlyFans account. I'm thinking to myself, how did you find the OnlyFans account? How did that happen? But you understand what I'm saying, right? So I get what people are saying when they say they got to do it out of necessity. But it's like once you do that, That's it. Okay, let's bring this OnlyFans thing to an end. I want to get your solid answer on this. You kind of answered it. You kind of ducked and dodged. You're a future politician. I love it. Tell me. So I'll ask you in a different way. Would you date? No, scratch that. Would you wife? Stop it. I see the face. Would you wife? Let me get the question out. Would you wife a girl, a woman who has an OnlyFans page, and she was doing it to support your family? Go.
So if she was doing it to support my family, that must mean that I know this girl. Like,
Yeah, you had kids with her. She's your wife. Would you wife? Would you?
if I had kids with her and she was my wife, there's no way she would even start. I don't even see how there would be a scenario where I would even need her to start.
You can't work. You can't work. You got laid off. It's pandemic time.
And I feel like the only way that she can do it is to
Your wife is a baddie, and she could easily pull 10K a month on OnlyFans. Would you be okay with your wife having an OnlyFans?
Oh man.
You see this? I'm not the only hypocrite here, people. All right then. Okay, that says enough. You don't even have to answer.
We have kids.
Yes,
Kids.
yes.
I'm the type of person. There would have to be another solution.
There isn't. It's pandemic time. What are you doing?
You're giving me a scenario where that's the only solution.
What do you think? You think the scenario I'm giving you isn't a real one? You don't think people are living that scenario? That's a real scenario.
I know friends that sell clothes off of Instagram that were doing great numbers.
Okay, everybody who's watching this, I just want you guys to be absolutely clear that the argument Dre is making right now is he's answering the question that I asked him before when I said, would you be okay with your wife doing OnlyFans? Dre's basically saying hell no because she could do A, B, C. I had friends that made money. He is saying no. So the answer is no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. Because my answer is no. My answer is no. My wife is not doing the OnlyFans. I'm going out. I'm robbing. I'm stealing. I'm doing what I got to do.